Hello friends, welcome to RAN Education सपनों को सच करें. Today we will discuss one numerical problem based on the convolution sum using graphical method. So here the two sequences given xn and hn and we have to do the convolution sum using graphical method. So the first sequence, if we will look here, the value will be 3212 and the second sequence is 1212. So first of all, whenever we have to do the convolution sum, we have to follow certain steps. So let's look the steps. So in step 1 we have to find the starting position of our output sequence. So we can say that the output sequence is convolution sum. So first of all we have to find the starting position of the input sequence, that is xn. So here if we will look this sequence, in this sequence no arrow marks is given, so we can say that by default our sequence is starting from n equal to 0, means the sample value here is n equal to 0. But when we look our second sample and here the arrow marks is given under 2, so we can say that here the n value is 0. So this sequence is start from -1 and its end at 2, and here this sequence start from 0 and its end at 3. So in step 1 we have to find the starting position of our output sequence. So based on the relation n1 and n2, n1 is the starting position of the first sequence and n2 is the starting position of the second sequence. So n1 is equal to 0 and n2 equal to -1. So when we are going to add it, we are getting here -1. So that is the starting position of our output sequence. Next, in step 2 what we have to do, in step 2 we have to follow the output sequence, the end position of the output sequence. So we can say that the sequence end means the first sequence end at 3 and the second sequence end at 2. So when we are going to add it, so we are going to get 3 plus 2, that is 5. So that is the value of the end time for our output sequence. So we have calculated the starting position of our output sequence, we have calculated the end position of our output sequence. Next, in step 3 we have to find the length of the convolution. So our length of the convolution is that, if we can say that the length of the first sequence is L1 and length of the second sequence is L2, so our length of the output sequence is L1 plus L2 and -1. And here we are going to take the length of the first sequence is 4 because there are 4 elements in n, and similarly in hn there are 4 elements, so we can say that the length of the second sequence is 4. So 4 plus 4 minus 1, we are getting 7. So 7 is the length of our output sequence. So after that, in step 4 we have a clear idea that our output sequence start from -1 and its end at 4 its end at 5, and there are 7 elements in it. So these are the 4 steps first of all we will do whenever we are going to do a convolution. Next, as this convolution is based on a graphical method, so what we have to do, we have to first of all change the variable of xn with xk and hn with hk. Why? Because we know that the convolution sum equation is yn is equal to summation minus infinity to infinity xk hn minus k, and here the variable is k, but our given sequence variable is n and xn is given 3212. So what we have to do in step 5, we just change the variable of n with k. So wherever there is n, we are just changing the variable with k. So right now we can say that our xn is going to be replaced with xk and the value is 3212. So we just do the graph of xk. Similarly, our hn is 1212 and we change it with hk, and the graph will be 1212, where the starting position will be -1. Right now in step 6 what we have to do, we have to do the time reverse property. Means as in this convolution sum there is hn minus k, if I can say that this n will be 0, then this will be h of minus k. So we already know hk value, so how we are going to get h of minus k? By doing the time reverse property. So what we are going to do, Wherever there is k, I am just replacing k with minus k. So if I am going to replace k with minus k, so how the graph will be look like? Wherever this at the sample value, suppose at the sample value 1, so if I replace 1 with minus 1, so whatever the magnitude at 1 its content, that is going to be content at minus 1. Similarly, whatever the magnitude its content at 2, when I am going to change with minus 2, then that magnitude will be available at minus 2. Okay, so we are just doing here a time reverse property. Right now, after this, what we have to do, we have to do the graph of our output. We do the graph of that one. So what will be our starting position? Our starting position will be minus 1, and we know that the end position will be 5. So we will do the shifting of that h of minus k. So whenever the shifting will be done from minus 1, and after that we do a increment of 1. So after minus 1 there will be 0, then 1, 2, 3, and that process will go up to h of 5 minus k. So we are just look the graph how the h of minus 1 minus k will be look like. As we apply here minus 1, it means the sequence is going to be shift in the left hand side with 1 unit. So the sequence as the h of minus k sequence is start from minus 2. So when we apply minus 1, so this sequence is start from minus 3. So this process we will do means by doing one increment up to h of 5 minus k. So how the graph will be look like? Look here. If I can say that if n equal to minus 1, then our sequence will be start from minus 3, where the magnitude value is 2, 1, 2, 1. When I am doing 1 plus here, so minus 1 plus 1 will be 0. So that will give h of 0 minus k, and that time our sequence is going to be shifted in the right hand side by 1 unit, and hence the sequence start from minus 2 and it's end at 1. Similarly, if we do h of 1 minus k, then we can say that our sequence start from minus 1 and it's end at 2. So just 1 is going to be shifted in the RHS right hand side. Similarly, h of 2 minus k will be means here if we do 1 right hand side shift, so this sequence start from 0, and apart from that the magnitude value will be the same. And when we do for n equal to 3, then this sequence will be h of 3 minus k, and here the 1 it will be shifted 1 to the right hand side, hence the sequence start from 1. Similarly, for n equal to 4 and n equal to 5, so up to 5 we have to do, because we have already calculated in step 2 that our sequence will end up to means 5 and start from minus 1. So we have done that thing, means we start from minus 1, and we end our shifting property up to 5. So that thing we have done. Next, what we have to find the element of the output. So how we have to find here? So look here in this graph, if this is our xk and this is our h of 1 minus k, so we already know that we have to find the first element of our output, that is y of minus 1. So y of minus 1 means what? We have to compare this one, and we have to compare that which is the common sample in both the graph. So if we are going to look here, then we say that here there is 0, and at 0 we are getting 3. Similarly, here in 0th number sample the magnitude will be 1, but apart from that not all other samples are not common in both the graph. So just the 0th number sample is common. So what we have to take here, 3 into 1 we are going to do, and the value we are getting is 3. Similarly, we compare xk with h of 0 minus k. So when we compare both the graph, then we have to look for a common point, and we can say that 0 and 1 is the common point. So what we have to do, at 0th number sample 3, and here 0th number sample the magnitude is 2, so 3 into 2, and at 1th number sample the magnitude is 2, and here 1, so 3 into 2 plus 2 into 1 we are going to do here. 3 into 2 plus 2 into 1, that value 8 we are getting. Similarly, we compare xk with h of 1 minus k. So here the common sample will be 0, 1 and 2. 0, 1 and 2. So we just multiply the magnitude value here. So 3 into 1 plus 2 into 2 plus 1 into 1. 3 into 2 plus 2 into 1, this one. 3 into 1 plus 2 into 2 plus 1 into 1, that is 8 we are going to get. Similarly, if we compare xk with h of 2 minus k, again the common point we have to find the common sample. So we can say that 0, 1, 2, 3 and 0, 1, 2, 3 both all the samples are the common point. So what we have to do, we have to multiply the magnitude and do the sum. So here for y2 what we are getting, 3 into 2 plus 2 into 1 plus 1 into 2 and 2 into 1, which means 12 we are getting. Similarly for xk with h of 3 minus k, that will give y3, and here the common sample will be 1, 2 and 3. So we just multiply the magnitude value at the common number sample, and finally we do the sum here. So y3 will be 2 into 2 plus 1 into 1 plus 2 into 2, that is 9 we are getting. After that we have to compare xk with h of 4 minus k, and here the common sample will be 2 and 3. So 2 means here the magnitude is 1 and here the magnitude is 2. Here the magnitude at 3 number sample the magnitude is 2 and here 1. So we have to just multiply and sum it. So 2 into 1 plus 2 into 1 we are getting 4, and finally at xk when h of 5 minus k we are getting. So here the common sample is 3 only, so 2 into 2 we are getting, that is 4, and finally we are just getting our output, that is y0, y1, y2, y3, y4, y5, that is y1, y0, y minus 1, y0, y1, y2, y3, y4, y5, that is 3, 8, 8, 12, 9, 4 and 4. So that is our final answer, that is the convolution sum answer, and we have done this numerical problem using a graphical method. So that's all from the today's topic. Thank you.